Hello and welcome to PMCLounge.com. Today I have a special guest with me. His name is Ahmad, and he's special because usually we have people who have done their PMPs and PGMP, PFMP, but today I invited Ahmad to share to us about RMP, the Risk Management Professional Certification. So, Ahmad, thank you so much for taking the time out.
It's my pleasure. Thank you.
And to begin with, if you could let us know a bit about your background, sort of an introduction, that would be great.
Yeah, sure. My name is Ahmad Ibarra. I'm from Jordan. I specialized in translation. I work in a professional firm that is PwC, PricewaterhouseCoopers. It's one of the big four around the globe. We are working in the assurance line of service. Under shared delivery center concentrated in for translation services. I decided to go for the PMP first because we have many projects to manage, obviously. But after that, I decided to go for the Agile Certified Practitioner, that is ACP. Because a lot of our projects go into the knowledge work, not the traditional way of project like building a hotel or something like that, but in software. And the agile approaches are good for the software work, obviously. But after that, I decided to go for the risk management professional because one of the things that my organization focuses on is the risk and quality. And of course, risk management professional will give you the risk side of this domain. So, and it's really a good journey for learning, and the outcome is also one of the best things to learn and get knowledge about. So yeah, PMP, then ACP, then RMP.
Okay, you mentioned PMP, then ACP, and then RMP, and that is where I come to my first question on. So PMP has this different knowledge areas. It used to, now the PIM, with the coming of PMBOK 7, that has changed to domains and all. But earlier it used to have knowledge areas, and one of the knowledge areas was risk management. Now, when we talk about the RMP certification, is it just elaborating more on that knowledge area, or is there something totally different that you're studying when it comes to RMP?
Yeah, it's kind of that, but it's a specialized certificate. RMP is a specialized certificate, not a broad thing to study. It's a specialized certificate concentrating on the risk management knowledge area. I think it's intended for a project manager who wants to focus on risk management because their organization cannot afford issues or problems, and they want to capitalize on opportunities. I think RMP is a good certificate for risk managers. Obviously, if they want to enrich their knowledge, their risk knowledge. So yeah, it's the risk management knowledge area, but a bit in detail.
Got it.
Not a bit; it's a lot in detail.
A lot of detail.
So the good part is that every project needs some knowledge about risk management, but obviously the bigger the project is, the more risk knowledge is needed.
Right. And you sort of answered my next question a bit as well, where I was trying to ask you, how should one decide if they should get RMP? Because there are other certificates, like you also talked about PMP and ACP. And I think you touched upon a bit there when you said that RMP is going to give you a lot more details, especially into risk management. And ideally, risk managers should do it. So let me twist that question a bit. is this specific to an industry like ACP? You mentioned is specific to more applicable to software. How about RMP? Is it like PMP, which is industry agnostic and can be applied to all industries? Or is RMP also geared toward a specific industry?
Actually, if you want to take PMP or RMP or ACP or SP, that's the scheduling professional. It depends on what your role in your organization is. So if you work in a software or knowledge work business, obviously you need to obtain some kind of agile certificate like the ACP or the Scrum Master. And if you work in an organization where you handle projects in both the traditional and agile methodology, then PMP is a good choice here. And lastly, if your role is to handle risks, or your organization lacks this kind of expertise, then yes, definitely risk management professional or the RMP is a very good choice in this case. RMP focuses on the risk in both the opportunities side and the issue or threat side, and to be proactive and get rid of the threat before it happens and become issues. Obviously, this is a good choice here.
Lovely. Love that answer. So let's talk more about the RMP. Let's talk specific in terms of the preparation, right? So let's say I want to do myself the RMP and get certified. Now for PMP, we have the PMBOK guide. Is there a RMBOK guide of sort, or what do you really study when you're preparing for your RMP certification?
PMI refers us to utilize the latest version of PMBOK guide, that is obviously the 7th edition. And of course, we have another book, the standard for risk management and portfolios, programs, and projects. I think that is 2019, the issuance. Both of them are handling risk management, but in different approach. The PMBOK, I refer to PMBOK 5th edition, not the 6th or the 7th, because in the other book that is standard for project management, it is based on the PMBOK 5th edition because it has the processes. Processes, but the implement risk response. So we have the identify risk and all of the processes. But the 6th edition and the 7th edition has another way of handling risk management risk management professional exam. So basically, we have two resources. That is the PMBOK, the latest guide, but I prefer the 5th edition. And the other one is the standard for risk management and portfolios, programs, and the projects. And they are both available on the PMI website. But we here need to address that as of April the 1st, the exam has been updated by the PMI. It now includes the predictive, agile, and hybrid approaches, and I think it also includes the other process. That is the implement the risk response. So
Okay. So I'll link some of those books that I find below in the description as well. But from what I could gather, you're talking about the PMBOK guide, the latest one. You personally went for PMBOK edition 5, and then the standard for portfolio, program, and project management.
Yes.
And for PMP, we have different authors and all, right? We have Rita Mulcahy, we've got Head First. Any other specific book that someone preparing for should also look into?
I'm not aware of any other books. I personally use these two resources, plus obviously the risk management professional exam outline that has all the required information, and it's very, very useful. I think the 3 resources are enough, and the chapter in the risk knowledge area in the PMBOK, the standard in risk management, and the exam outline are enough, I think.
Okay, so let me come down to the last question now. Since you have your PMP, you have ACP, and now you have RMP as well, how difficult do you think the RMP exam is, especially compared to PMP? So the PMC Lounge community members, some of them are already PMP, the others are soon to be going to get themselves the PMP certification. If you compare RMP and PMP, how easy or difficult the RMP certification is?
It's really a simple answer. If you have the PMP exam and passed it, and you decided to go for the RMP, really after the exam of PMP, it's really simple. It's piece of cake. So from my experience, I think PMP is RMP. Sorry, is easier in the sense of the specialization. So if you want to learn more about risk and you love learning more about risk, it's super easy. Yeah, preparing for the PMP needs to be aware of 10 different knowledge areas, plus the agile methodology for the latest update. So a lot of stuff here, but in R&B you need to understand only one knowledge area, but with more details and a lot more details. Yeah, so most of the questions are not scenarios based on only logic, but they are processes of risk management. So you need to understand and memorize the processes and inputs, tools and techniques, and to understand the tools and techniques in risk management. So for example, the Monte Carlo tool, you need to understand what is Monte Carlo. Not for the PMP, you have blah blah blah. Yeah.
Got it. Yeah. Excellent. So I think for those who already have PMP and want to know more about risk management, they can get themselves the RMP. If you're working as a risk manager or someone who requires to deal with risks, especially, then I think RMP is the certification to go for. I wanted to have Ahmad on board and speak to him about RMP because this is one certification that a lot of people don't speak about, a lot of people might not even know about, because RMP and SP, the scheduling professional that Ahmed mentioned, these are very niche sort of certifications that people who are working in specific areas go for. So thanks again. Thank you so much for your time, Ahmed. I really appreciate it. And I'm pretty sure this video is going to help those who are going to be getting themselves the RMP certification.
Absolutely. Thank you, Shuaib. It's my pleasure to be with you. I really love what you do and the videos you posted on channel and the post you do on LinkedIn. It's really helpful for all people who wants to learn about project management in general and the PMI exams. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Ahmad.